Oh, fucking, oh, Jesus. Call animal control. I'm gonna try to help him. Or her. Hi, puppy.
Holy shit. No, go away. Go away. No.
Tonight, we look at 6 disturbing camping encounters caught on camera. Real moments, real danger. Don't forget to subscribe for more terrifying footage like this. Let's begin. In this video, we delve into a deeply unsettling experience documented by a YouTuber known as Sky, the creator behind the channel Swamp Valley. What begins as a peaceful night of wild camping soon descends into a tense and terrifying ordeal. Picture a quiet forest, the soft rustle of leaves, and the fading light filtering through the trees. It's the kind of solitude many outdoor lovers seek. But on this trip, something feels off. Sky begins his hike deeper into the woods. The forest seems calm, yet an underlying tension builds. A strange feeling sets in, the sense that someone or something might be nearby.
I don't want to sound like a big pansy. This is really freaking me out. Somebody is actually following me. And
as the trail narrows and the shadows grow longer, that unease grows stronger. Sky starts documenting everything, believing that if anything goes wrong, at least there will be a record of what happened.
I'm trying to think of what to say. I'm like, is that a prank?
Soon, he spots a figure in the distance. A man, partially obscured by the trees, seems to be following from afar. Sky tries to stay calm but decides to hide behind the brush and wait. The man passes, seemingly unaware, but instead of walking away, he heads directly towards Sky's camp. Worried for his friend Colin, who's waiting nearby, Sky attempts to call him, but there's no cell reception, and they're too far apart to shout.
Colin's not answering his bloody phone, and they're only about 400 meters up this pathway, so I can't just leave him.
What happens next escalates the situation beyond anything he anticipated.
Oh, fucking, oh, Jesus, fucking hell. Oh, fucking hell. The fuck, fucking, Jesus, fucking.
The man reappears. This time he's carrying a fuel can and a lit torch. In an instant, the situation goes from strange to life-threatening. Sky flees into the forest, trying to stay ahead. The man pursues him through the darkness, closing the distance, torch in hand. What began as a peaceful retreat has turned into a chaotic chase for survival. Some viewers have speculated that the entire video may have been staged, an elaborate prank to unsettle viewers, but others are convinced it's real, pointing to Sky's panic, the raw footage, and the chaos of the moment. So the question remains, was this a clever hoax or a genuine encounter with someone unhinged? And if it's real, what would you have done in Sky's place? If that story left you unsettled, be sure to check out the next video. It only gets darker from here. While out filming a typical magnet fishing trip, members of Motor City Magnet Fishers encountered something completely unexpected and far more urgent than their usual finds. Near a frozen area of the riverbank, they spotted movement.
Call animal control. I'm gonna try to help him. Or her. Hi, puppy. Are you okay? Oh, you are bleeding like crazy, aren't you? You are bleeding like you are frozen. Oh, you are bleeding everywhere, buddy. I'm gonna get you a little bit warmer, okay? Try to make you warm. You're shivering. Poor buddy. There you go. Let's get you up to the top, okay? Put this back on. In case you bite me. I'm not gonna hurt you. I promise you, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm so glad I saw you, though. Huh? Nobody's answering at the animal control.
Emergency dial 911. You know how that works.
Yeah, this is Flint. They don't ever answer.
Upon closer inspection, it became clear. It was a dog, alone, injured, and in serious distress. The animal was soaked, trembling from the cold, and bleeding heavily from its paws. Though startled and clearly in pain, the dog was still alive. Acting quickly, one of the fishermen attempted to comfort and warm the animal while assessing the injuries. Despite efforts to contact animal control, no one answered, leaving them to figure out a solution on their own. Fortunately, they noticed the dog was wearing a collar. Attached to it was an identification tag with a phone number. They immediately called the number and reached the dog's family. Not long after, the owner arrived at the scene. Thanks to the quick response and compassion of the fishermen, the dog was reunited with its family and later made a full recovery. Situations like this highlight how easily pets can become disoriented or injured, especially during winter months. It's a reminder of how critical microchips, ID tags, and community awareness can be in preventing tragedy. Had these fishermen not spotted the dog in time, how long would it have survived in that state? And how many other animals are out there, waiting for someone to notice? On September 29, 2024, a lone figure walks into silence and rain. She's one half of LNS, a YouTube channel known for daring explorations through abandoned and radioactive zones. Her partner is in Moscow. Today, she goes alone. The destination, a decaying village deep inside the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Armed with only a Geiger counter and a camera, she's not chasing ghosts, just truth, radiation levels, and remnants of the past. But as the cold sets in and the buildings begin to swallow her steps, something about this place feels wrong.
Пока мы с вами пробираемся вглубь этого села заброшенного, можете оценить погоду. Сегодня у нас 29 сентября. Только вчера на улице было плюс 27, а сегодня уже в свои законные права вступила осень, и на улице плюс 12 и моросящий дождь. Настоящая сталкерская погода. И мы с вами в таких суровых погодных условиях изучаем заброшенное село.
The rain hasn't stopped since morning. She pushes through wet brush and broken paths, entering the remains of a forgotten village inside the exclusion zone. Roofs have collapsed, walls lean like they're waiting to fall. Nature is taking it all back. Her Geiger counter hums steadily, until it doesn't. A sudden spike.
Наблюдаем. Заранее все равно есть, но небольшое. Можно совершенно спокойно здесь находиться, не опасаясь за свое здоровье, но превышение все-таки есть. Оп. Одни двери остались. Здесь уже большое превышение. Сейчас, секундочку. Где-то было 100 микрорентген. Ну, друзья, видите? Сейчас хоть не орет. То есть это село очень хорошо загрязнено. Смотрите, уже прошло сколько лет. И здесь такой нормальный уровень. И он растет. Сейчас мы с вами, как дозиметристы-исследователи, найдем это пятно. Конечно, для этого нужно использовать профессиональный поисковый дозиметр, но мы и своим бытовым находим пятна. Не знаю, 100 пока не могу найти, но увидите сами, 82.
Radiation here isn't just present, it's dangerous. She notes it down, calmly, and moves on. In the ruins, she finds no furniture, no signs of life. Just concrete shells and rusted pipes. Then, a small cellar entrance, almost hidden. The metal door creaks.
Погреб. Да, погреб есть. Это кровать внутри. Можно устроить сталкерское убежище. и ночевать сухо, температура комфортная. Вот так сталкером зовет. В погребах можно хорошо переночевать. Вот этот домик. Ничего интересного. Абсолютно полностью разрушен.
Inside, darkness, damp air, and the sense that something used to wait here. Later, by the Uj River, she pauses for a meal. The drizzle softens. She doesn't say much, just looks out over the water, lost in thought. She's alone, cold, running out of time before curfew. But she's not leaving yet, because some places don't scare you by what they show. They scare you by what they don't. Many viewers were quick to admire her bravery, not because she saw something terrifying, but because she chose to walk alone into a place most people would never dare. One comment simply asked, "How are you not afraid to explore such deep, isolated places on your own?" Another warned, "Please be careful. It's really not worth the risk, even if we can't stop watching." There were no voices echoing in that cellar, no shadows moving through the trees. And maybe that's exactly what made it so unsettling. She left with no injuries, no scratches, nothing caught on camera that couldn't be explained. And yet, why does it still feel like something followed her out? Picture a clear, sunny afternoon in Colorado's Rampart Range, part of the vast Rocky Mountains. It's a scenic escape for outdoor enthusiasts, especially mountain bikers navigating the winding paths of Pike National Forest. But beneath the beauty of this wilderness, a disturbing pattern has quietly taken root, turning a peaceful trail system into something far more dangerous. For years, riders had enjoyed these trails without worry, unaware that something sinister was beginning to take shape. At first, the danger went unnoticed, but by 2019, the truth surfaced, and it was terrifying.
Ti vidio to, a? Dobro što nas ima od mamu i nije. A makar se možda mi sprostila postigu. Sve si zdržao, stari, te naravno. Klop! Ne znam da je uzeo, stari. A misliš da bi pokriču pustio? Najbolj to je ilegalno, a ne, pač nekoga treba kupiti. Sam pač na čuda načina, ne. Najbolj da bi puško gar navezal, stari. To se pa kar nem zgodil, ne moram ga reći.
That year, a chilling story made its rounds online. A mountain biker posted that a former classmate had been killed while riding. The cause? A nearly invisible wire stretched across the trail at head height, a trap designed to injure or kill. The online reaction was swift. Shock, outrage, and calls for justice poured in. Many described it as nothing short of attempted murder. Even more unsettling, this wasn't the first time. Back in 2017, two motorcyclists recorded a near miss with a similar wire on a different trail. Thankfully, they weren't hurt. But the implication was clear. Someone had set it up on purpose. Theories began to circulate. Some suspected irritated locals frustrated with the noise and traffic near their land. Others believed it was a calculated attack against trail users. These booby traps have deeply impacted the biking community. What was once an exhilarating escape now feels like a game of survival. Riders scan every turn, every shadow, for something that could end their ride or their life. Some believe these traps are the work of a single individual, while others suspect an organized effort. The fact that incidents span multiple years and locations suggests a pattern. But without any arrests, the truth remains elusive. Could someone still be setting these traps out there? waiting for the next rider? And if so, how many more close calls haven't been caught on camera? If that story made you uneasy, what comes next might just be one of the most dangerous encounters ever documented. Imagine a crisp morning in Provo, Utah. The sun begins to rise, casting a warm glow across the landscape. Jogger Kyle Burgess heads out for what he believes will be a routine run through the peaceful trails, unaware that he's about to face one of the most intense wildlife encounters ever recorded. Everything seems normal at first. The path ahead is quiet, the air fresh. Then Kyle spots movement, a small animal just up the trail. Curious, he reaches for his phone, thinking he's come across a bobcat cub. But it's not a bobcat. It's a juvenile mountain lion. And where there's a cub, a mother is never far behind. Within seconds, the mother cougar appears. And suddenly, Kyle is no longer just a jogger on a peaceful trail. He's locked in a terrifying standoff with one of North America's most powerful predators.
You're a fucking scary kitty cat. Holy shit. No, go away. Go away. No. No! You, dude. Holy.
Alone and vulnerable, Kyle begins backing away, trying to appear large and make noise. Anything to discourage the cat. But the cougar is persistent. It follows him closely, matching his pace, lunging at times, always maintaining eye contact. At one point, Kyle is forced to glance away from the trail to avoid tripping, and the cougar takes that moment to charge, closing the distance in an instant. For nearly 6 minutes, the tension doesn't let up. Then, in a final act of desperation, Kyle grabs a rock and hurls it toward the animal.
I'm ready to go down. Yeah, get the fuck away from me. Shitface.
The gamble pays off. The cougar finally turns and disappears into the woods, leaving Kyle shaken, but alive. Mountain lions are highly territorial and extremely protective of their young. Experts believe Kyle's steady retreat, eye contact, and refusal to run likely prevented the situation from ending in tragedy. His calm under pressure may have made all the difference. But it raises a chilling question. How many solo hikers or runners have crossed paths with predators and never made it back to tell the story? If this encounter rattled you, you're not alone. And before we go, here's a little bonus to thank all of you for your incredible support. Something wild is coming next. In March of 2023, a man named Gary and his daughter Amika took a trip to the remote Tensmere Forest in northern Scotland. It was supposed to be a peaceful walk through nature, but what they stumbled upon deep within the woods would leave them deeply unsettled. As they made their way through the trees, Amika mentioned hearing faint voices nearby. Curious and slightly concerned, the pair veered off the trail to investigate. What they discovered wasn't another hiker or a group of campers. Instead, they found something far more disturbing.
We just stopped and had a look in these woods. Look at how scary that is. Put the torch on. Here's even one on the ladders.
Oh, there's someone lying on the ground.
Falling over. Look at the one on the ladders going up the tree.
Oh, yeah, that's creepy.
What about the washing line over there to the left? Yeah, there. Keep it there. That is weird, isn't it?
One over there, there is a person. There's a doggy there.
Hidden among the trees were dozens of mannequins, dressed in mismatched costumes. Some posed in unnatural positions. One was slumped over, another mounted on a ladder, as if frozen mid-action. A makeshift clothesline hung nearby, adding to the bizarre scene. Close to a run-down wooden cabin, they found strange, eerie paintings hanging from the outside walls. The intention behind the display was unclear, but the level of detail and effort suggested someone had gone to great lengths to create a truly unsettling atmosphere. Choosing caution, they quickly made their way back to their van, avoiding the vehicle entirely. No one has come forward to claim responsibility for the forest setup, and to this day, there have been no updates on who created it or why. Some speculate it could be an elaborate art installation or even a forgotten film set. Others fear it might serve a more disturbing purpose. Whatever the case, it clearly wasn't meant for casual discovery. But here's the question. If Gary and Amika hadn't turned back when they did, would that car have simply passed by? Or was someone watching all along? And if that gave you chills, prepare yourself. What comes next might just be the most disturbing encounter ever captured on video. That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.